Time to come in with that brisket and pork butt. We're going to do the Gabrick BBQ rubs with his brisket rub, his pork rub, and his chicken rub. 𝐁𝐀𝐁𝐿 black and tan. My knife of choice takes care of this brisket trimming really quickly. Just gonna sharpen it here. Run it about 3 times through this little sharpener here, just to keep that edge up. And this is what I'm working with, guys. I've got a prime brisket. It's a little over 20 pounds at $3.99 a pound from my local HEB. Beautiful brisket. And here's the pork butt that I'm working with. I also got it from my local HEB. Right under 9 pounds. $1.88 a pound. So let's get this trimming done. On the pork butt, I like to just remove the fat cap completely. I never keep the fat cap on the pork butt. I'm coming in with my binder of choice, which is Better Than Bouillon roasted beef. Yes, I'm putting it on pork. And I'm going in there with his pork rub from Gabrick BBQ. This is my favorite combination on pork chops. I use it on pork chops all the time. His chicken rub paired up with his pork rub. This is the first time I'm going to be trying it on a pork butt. So into the foil tray we go. Let's go ahead and start taking on this big brisket. This scimitar makes quick work of it. Just look how fast I'm moving. So I'm going to take down some of this fat on both sides. Being very careful, because this scimitar will take your hand off. This thing cuts like butter. And by the way, this brisket was in the freezer for about a good 2 hours. So it's a little bit frozen. Easier to cut. Easier to trim. So I'm going to polish off the edges, a little bit more off the point. Coming in with that Better Than Bouillon. Going with the edges, and I decided to also use his all-purpose rub with his brisket rub. I've never used this combination on a brisket, so this is a new cook. Doing the top side, coming in with that brisket rub and finishing it off with that all-purpose rub. All from Gabrick BBQ. Texas products. Into the refrigerator that went overnight, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the pellet hopper with those gourmet pellets from Bear Mountain. We're gonna do an overnight cook. Okay. So this is the next night. This is Friday afternoon. Good time for some teabagging. You just got teabagged. We'll go ahead and set it at 225. And this is what the proteins look like after 24 hours of being in the refrigerator. There's the pork butt. And here's that beautiful brisket. And they both have an amazing color and aroma. And I cannot wait to taste the finished product. There's just amazing smelling proteins here. Just another view. And let's go ahead and pop them into the recteq, baby. RT700. Got my pork cut right here, closer to the drain out. And I always do it fat side up. I've never had issues doing it fat side up. I prefer it that way, you guys. And yes, this is a pellet smoker. And we're gonna put them to bed. This is the next morning after 14 hours. It's time to wrap it. I'm going to wrap that pork butt in some foil and put it back to the smoker. I was going to let the brisket go wide open, but I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and wrap it in some paper. So I decided to just go ahead and wrap it in some butcher paper. Look at that beautiful bark, baby. Bark City, baby. Couple of terms, being very careful to put it back into the smoker, fat side up, to finish it off. Protein has been rested about 5 hours. Everything was done at 9. Pulled everything. Here's that beautiful brisket, you guys. Look at it. And let's go ahead and go to Slice Town, baby. Slice Town. Look at that deliciousness. So juicy. Just a beautiful brisket. And I'm going in for that taste test. And guys, let me tell you something. I just found my new favorite flavor profile on brisket. And it's this. Fantastic flavor. Nice and tender. Very barky. Very delicious. Cutting like butter. Would have cut me off with some burnt ends right here. Deliciousness, you guys. And this is what it is. There's no camera tricks to this, guys. This is straight up what it is. Nice and juicy. Burnt ends coming off that point. Deliciousness. Getting these slices on the offset. On the fatty part. Look at that. Oh my God. You guys, this brisket was just delicious. Absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and put it back into that paper wrap. Now I'm going to cover the top with foil. And have it ready to eat by the time guests start showing up. Keeping it warm in the oven. But I'm telling you guys, this brisket was amazing. Phenomenal flavor. That's my new flavor profile on brisket. Straight up, you guys. So let's get into this pork butt. Popping that bone out and smashing it down. I'm getting some of that fat and gristle that you don't want to eat out of it. I don't eat that stuff. My family doesn't eat that stuff. I make sure to pull all that stuff out. But I like me some pulled pork, but I like it better when I chop it. It's easier to eat. You get a better bite. So I'm chopping it and putting it back into the tray, covering it with foil, putting it back into the fridge. Here's the finished product, you guys. I've got my brisket, my fatty, some burnt ends, some pulled pork, rice and beans. Fantastic cook, you guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.